Okay, we're gonna try this for a third time. I've been having trouble saving my videos. Okay, so we're gonna debug, walk through main. I'm gonna put a breakpoint, create a new inventory object. Just get this debugger going. Come on, baby. Okay. Creating a new inventory object. Why aren't you doing it? Why are you doing it again? Come on. I want to step through this. Okay. We're going down to the VideoGameInventory.java, and it has a root. So this .root equals null. We're just in the constructor right now. Okay, now we're going to do the start method and send in the inventory that we just created. I'm going to need a scanner. Insert games inventory. So before we go to the user input, we're going to insert the games. And I did random numbers through here, so they are inserted in a straight line, always on the right child, or the left child. I mean, if it went 1 through 5, it's always going to be the left. So we made them a little random. So root equals insert helper with the root ID and title. This helper method is just so we can send in the root, because we weren't able to do that from main, which we might be able to now that we're in video game inventory. I need to think about that a little further. The dots are connecting as I'm talking through it. So if subroot equals null, should be right now because we're at the first one, we're going to create and return the video game node with the ID and the title. Left and right child are null because it's at the bottom of the tree. It always will be for creating a new one. ID 3. Title Dead Cells. It's a fun game. Okay, 5. So now this should move to the left child. Resident Evil 5 ID. Okay, so insert helper method. It is not null now. And the subroot is larger, and we're going to go to the left child. Okay, let's look at this. ID is 5, subroot. Okay, so never mind. We're going to the right child. I was mistaken. And we're going to create the new video game node under the right child of the first one. Insert and return subroot. Now we have inserted Resident Evil. Now we're going to insert Psychonaut with ID of 1. So our insert helper method, subroot is not null. So the ID is 1, subroot.id is 3. So our ID is smaller, so we're going to move to the left child. And now the subroot's null because we're on the left child. There's nothing below it, so we're going to create a new one. Oh, this would be a lot easier if I was writing it down on a piece of paper so I could actually see the tree being built. I'm not sure exactly how many steps it's going to take to get through each, depending on which side it's inserted on. Okay, so we've inserted Psychonaut. Now we're going to insert Simpsons Hit and Run with an ID of 2. Our helper method, okay, it is not null. Our ID is 2. The subroot ID is 3. So ID is smaller than, yeah, left child. Okay. We're using recursion to step back. To that again, we set subroot.leftchild equals insert helper, so we're moving stepping to the next level of the tree. And this is the right side of it now. Okay, so we step down 2 levels. Now we're creating the node and returning. Now we have Wolfenstein. Okay. So helper root ID. I totally just lost myself. We must be inserting Wolfenstein. Okay. Return the subroot. Step through the children. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the user input. We just finished inserting our games. Busy equals true. Busy's gonna stay true until the case 3 is exit. We're gonna change it to false and exit the while loop. We're doing a try to handle user input also because the default will handle the numbers, but we need to try and catch block in case they want to be smart and write letters for numbers. So while busy, let's try this. Video game inventory menu, I'm going to display that and then display your choices. Int choice equals scanner.nextIt, so let's try 4. It's going to go to default. Yep. And if I write B, it should go to the catch block. Let's try that. B. So we're going to skip the default and go straight to catch block. Yep, I knew it. Okay, so let's actually do this now. View all games in inventory. I gotta reset the menu again. Okay. View all games in inventory. And now we're going to do inventory.list inventory. Let's walk through this method now. List inventory root, we're doing the same thing, the helper method, so we are able to send in the root if subroot does not equal null. It doesn't because it's the address of the first game we inserted. List inventory subroot.left child. So we're going to move to the left child of the subroot. And we're basically going down to the bottom. And once we get here, we're going to put out the title. Psychonaut. And let's go back here. Oh, I don't have them listed. Okay. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just curious if it's going to go traverse the order. 1, 2, okay. So it doesn't matter how we inserted them. When we list them, it's going in order. And that's because subroot does not equal null. God, I wrote this like 4 days ago. I'm having a hard time remember exactly how this method works. Okay. Move to the left child, displaying the ID and the child. We're going to move to the right child. But we are not inside of a block that should loop like that. Oh, it's because we're calling it's recursion. Geez, we're calling. Okay, never mind. We're calling the method from above. So we listed that. Okay, I want to try that again. Okay, so we are going to list inventory. Okay, we're going to call list inventory root. And subroot is the root that we sent in there. Subroot does not equal null. We're calling list inventory and sending in the left child as the root. Okay, and it's not null, and we're going to keep moving down until it is. Then we're going to print. Okay, yes, now I get it. I remember this now. Okay, so subroot does not equal null. Move to the left child. Subroot does not equal null. Okay, we're there, so now we're going to print the title. Move to the right child. It's not null. Now it is, so we're printing the title. Moving through the right child now. And if we keep going in order like this, of course, it would go 1 through 5 because we're starting at the bottom. And the binary tree is built by comparing the numbers of the ID. So that's how it could stay in order, even though we inserted them in a different order. Oh, that's so cool. I thought it would print them in the same order that we inserted them, but that makes no sense at all because we're inserting them by ID. It's not a list, it's a tree using an what is it, a key pair or a key value. That is awesome. Okay, well now let's search games by ID. So we're going to do the search. Oh, I did list again. Okay, let's do search for a game by ID. And it should ask me ID to search. Let's search game 3. So I'm doing system.out.println so it actually prints what we are doing. Inventory.search, sending in the search ID that I just put. Video game node current equals root. I don't really know if I had. Yeah, we do, because root is root. It's always at the beginning, and we're doing current so we can step around. So while current does not equal null, then of course it's not null because it's the root, and the root has one. Current ID equals ID. It does not right now. Else if ID is less than current ID. Okay, so ID is 2 and it is less than current ID, so we're going to go to the left child. Okay, current is still not null. Current ID equals ID. It does not yet because current ID is 1 and the ID is 2. So our ID is 2 is less than current ID is not, so we're going to move to the right child. Okay, current is not null. It is not null now. Okay, that is true. So current ID, well, it's always not been null, but current ID equals ID. It does now. So we're going to return found a string, a concatenated string found, and then the title. Okay, now break. Cool. Search 3, found, hit and run. Alright. Give me 1 second. I'm on an assignment. I'll call you in like 1 second. Okay, and the last thing to do is let's try 6. I think we already did this. If we do a 6, it goes to the default. If we do B, it goes to the catch block. Okay, so let's just exit the application. Oh, by changing it to false, I clicked 3. Okay, so now we're exiting the application. And that is it. My last step is to close the scanner, and now we're done. Thank you for watching. If my notes haven't been thorough enough, please let me know. I know these are a little more lax than my last set of notes, but yeah, just leave me a comment if this is getting, if I'm not being thorough enough. Thank you.